Was he that bad at Chelsea?
Yeah, he was bad. Honestly, I mean, people will always flag the goal in the European Cup final, so don't get me wrong, he's etched in Chelsea folklore forever, and we'll be eternally grateful for what happened in Portugal.
You don't sound
scoring a huge iconic goal doesn't make you a very good player for the club. It doesn't change who you've been for the club for 3 years. And it certainly doesn't make you a sort of statement signing for a team hoping to win the Premier League.
You're going viral again.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait for it. This is the Rory Jenkins special.
Yeah, I'll probably put the kids to death on it. But
Talking of statement signings, Onana, I know the jury's that some people love him, some people hate him. Makes you a better team, right?
I think he immediately makes a better team. I think we saw with the goal Lance scored at Old Trafford on Saturday that there's going to be a few squeaky moments, and the defenders need to learn that if you give the ball away, he's going to be off his line. Do you know what I mean? So I think we have to get used to him. I think we're going to be squeaky. I think there'll be days when we're longing for David De Gea to kick it out for a throw-in again. But I think ultimately it'll be a huge positive to the team. I think we've seen some of the distribution of the ball already, just fizzing it out to the fullbacks. I know it's just simple things, but so many times David De Gea will get on the ball, go to play it, defenders and fullbacks are like, where am I going? Am I going forward? Am I coming back? Don't know where to go. And then the move just breaks down and the team slows down again. So I think Onana will immediately bring that. And what I've been impressed with him the most is his attitude and his character. He seems to be a Man United player. So even if he does make a mistake, I feel like he's got the backbone, you know, the character and the personality to be able to just go, I've made a mistake, I'll move on with it and get stuck in. You've seen him getting stuck into his teammates when they were making mistakes and stuff in pre-season. I love him at the moment.
Isn't that
I think
not a
he's a
risky
great
job? If you're a keeper that takes massive risk, gets lobbed from 55 yards and then you're berating your centre-half, is that good for team morale?
Those two things never happened in the same instance. He never got lobbed and then berated his defenders.
I'm just saying,
is this what you want?
No, I mean, I know what you're saying about it. I mean, I used to think if you're going to hand it out on the pitch regularly, and there were only 1 or 2 players that I played with that ever did, you can't make mistakes yourself. You can't.
That goal weren't a mistake from him. It was Delot who gave the ball.
No, I didn't think it was a mistake on Saturday, to be fair. No, I didn't. I'm just saying, but if you're going to actually berate your players on the pitch publicly, which I say I only played with 1 or 2 players that ever did, regularly, I mean, you better be very good and not make a lot of mistakes yourself, because they're going to start going back for you. I do think Manchester United need to change goalkeepers. It got to the point, I think the cup final was the final straw. I think the reason that Manchester United were a little bit disingenuous towards De Gea, and it was a bad ending really in terms of what he'd done for the club, but I think they had to do it in terms of being hard, because I think they'd committed probably a little bit too early. He'd done well during the season to an extent, but I think the cup final was just like, hang on a minute, that can't go in your net. And there was that statement, that can't go in your net, and it had happened too many times. So I think the distribution, along with the fact that there was shots starting to go in that really shouldn't have gone in, they had to make that call, and I think it was a harsh one, but they had to do it to him. And look, Manchester United, I've said it before, I think it's the toughest position. I think in Premier League football, as Manchester United's goalkeeper, people in this room may disagree with that, may think it's bias. You come under more scrutiny than any other player in English football, I think, if you're a United goalkeeper. So I wish him all the best, because he's going to need that personality and that character, because people will get onto him. Every media organisation, every pundit, every fan from every other club, if he does make a mistake or two, you know what's going to happen on every single occasion. And I think the lad at the other end, Højlund as well, centre forward for Manchester United.
I think that's the second most.
I think they're the 2 positions that you're going to get put under most scrutiny, and they're the 2 ones that have to settle in. The reason I'm a bit nervous about United's season is you've got these 2 unknowns at either end of the pitch in 2 focal positions that really have to hit it off for Manchester United to be better than last season.
Yeah. I think the beauty with Højlund is we don't have to. I think we'll see Marcus Rashford go through the middle earlier this season, and then maybe
he doesn't like playing there, though.
Because Garnacho for me is looking.
But he doesn't like really playing there, though. I mean, I spoke to him a few weeks ago. He was categoric. I play off the left. He's not going to play there, obviously, but he wants to play off the left.
I think that's obviously the ideal choice for him. But in the early season, I think Højlund's injured as well at the moment. He's arrived injured, which don't help. But I think, yeah, once we get started with the season, I think it'll be Rashford through the middle, Garnacho on the left.
You scored the lowest amount of goals in the top 6, 58 goals. You need.
The real answer here is that, to be fair, Erik ten Hag wanted 2 centre forwards. He wanted the young one to back up Harry Kane.
Yeah.
He needed 2 centre forwards. He needs 2 centre forwards because, you know, Martial could probably leave, or he'll become unpredictable like he has been.
Yeah.
Rashford definitely wants to play on the left. So we haven't actually got a centre forward. Manchester United do not have a centre forward.
Why haven't they gone for Harry Kane? Why haven't they gone for Kane?
You don't want it. You don't want it. You can't go for a player that's bottled it and he hasn't got the balls to say, I want to leave Spurs. Every season he does the same thing.
No, I disagree with that, Adam. He tried that on the overlap 2 years ago. It didn't work out that well for him. So I think this time he's probably doing it in a different way, but behind the scenes.
But Man, you haven't gone for him because you can't deal with Daniel Levy like Bayern Munich are now. And Man United, who need a centre forward, can't be going to the last minute of the window and then you don't get him and then you're left nowhere.
To be fair,
that's why Man United.
I'm hoping that they're watching what's happening. They're seeing that an £86 million deal might get agreed with Bayern Munich, and Kane goes, I ain't going. I don't think, I might be wrong here, I have no idea, I've no contact with Harry Kane whatsoever. I'll be stunned if Harry Kane goes to Bayern Munich. If he doesn't want to break that Premier League goal-scoring record, that all-time, I'll be absolutely stunned if he goes to... And Bayern Munich are a huge club, by the way, but I just don't see that at all.
Do you not think, as a striker, is it that important?